Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Jesse Jackson III, best-selling author and facilitator of the Don't Kick 'em Out book and training series and the Work Together book and training series, which has been helping organizations to improve workplace culture, school culture, and that's always a focus on behavior, what we believe and how we behave. How do we treat each other? How do we treat the clients? How do we let the clients treat us? This is something that all the studies are pointing to really impact production. I have found personally in the things that I see working with hundreds of organizations every year and currently doing so right now, the consistent danger to their production is toxic behavior. I believe it's important to identify what toxic behavior looks like. I don't believe in the past, we would call a lot of these things venting. Well, as you look at it deeper, you find that it is anti-production because these behaviors discourage getting things done. Typically, when I see a school that has been stuck dormant and at the bottom, they can't get the scores up out of that F range, out of the under 10% of the kids performing. Typically, there's toxic behavior there. People don't want to recognize that. But if you think about this, school leader. If I fix the toxic behavior, do you think our results in test production will move? All the studies that I've been a part of have shown that they have, because you're not going to be able to see. Learning is about environment. Family is about environment. So just because we're blood family, but we destroy each other in this environment, is anti-family. We're blood family in theory, right, by blood, but the environment in this house is totally tearing us apart and anti-family. Well, that's what's going on at work. We work at a school. We're teaching and learning rules, still does, but we're doing things that don't encourage teaching and learning. What does that look like? You're talking about things like adults gossiping, adults listening to gossip. You're talking about adults that don't like children. You're talking about people who their personal problem becomes dominant. It comes to work every day. You have people trying to punk coworkers. I mean, here you are, we're 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, and you're trying to bully people you work with. Like, you always got something slick to say to people you work with, always trying to demean people you work with. That's a part of toxic culture. People, I'm threatening to walk up. I almost walked out of here yesterday. Listen, y'all know the rule in relationships. Don't ever try to keep nobody to walk away. They walk away, you get one time to walk away. I don't see, here's something that's going on in this game. We'll have people refuse to do things on jobs, walk out of employment. I'm talking about really good employment situations. Talking about I walked out, I left. I'm a no call, no show. I didn't show up for 3 days and then I just came back to work. I never forget, years ago, I was working in an environment at a juvenile facility, and one of my coworkers, this is over 20 years ago, one of my coworkers had got offended because he didn't get a promotion, right? He didn't get a promotion. He wanted to move up. The person left and put somebody else in that spot. He was very offended. And so he was telling us he had another gig and everything, and just disappeared. Right. So I'm thinking like, yo, he's done. Like, he just walked out. He got a new gig. It's all good. And I want to say, like, after calling him, they're calling him, they're looking for him. Where is he at? Where is he at? Was he not come back? Because remember, he still has a pod full of kids, right? This is jail, right? The nothing stops, right? But now they don't have a person tending to their business or tending to their caseload. And he shows back up like 3 weeks later, right? His keys still work and everything. He scares in, goes to the pod. They let Big Boss know he back there in his office. Man, the Big Boss called and say, get that rascal off this property. And then he was like, what? I had to take some time for myself to get my mind right. Well, you have all the time you need to get your mind right moving forward. What's going on in our head? It's entitlement. It's trauma. See, what happens is folks' trauma is so This is what we are all duty bound. Everybody has stuff that goes on. Everybody's dealing with something. Everyone, all of us. Some are dealing with greater things than others. Everybody has something going on. However, everything must be done in order. There must be order. Order is a sign of wisdom. We all have feelings. Whenever you decide you want to do what you want to do, that's theoretically best for you, but you work for a team and you say, like, people have done this stuff, man, and they just walk off. You are within your rights to walk off the job, and we are within our rights not to accept you back. That's toxic behavior. Okay. Relationships with coworkers, sexual relationships with coworkers. I know the studies have shown that doesn't work. Sexual relationships with students, we all know that's crazy. But let me tell you something. Do you know how prevalent that is right now? If I came on here and I said, hey, y'all come to my sexual misconduct training series, or let me bring it to your organization, and I pulled out those hundreds of mugshots that we have gathered over the last 5 years from people that have been charged with sexual misconduct with students, you would probably throw up at the training. This stuff is crazy. It's happening at a rate you don't understand. It's 2024, and I have 2 cases that I directly know of that has occurred this year, 2024. Okay, toxic behavior, right? Things that are allowed to go on that people don't pay attention to, right? Coworkers dating and hanging out with each other. And then now I got internal fighting because people have broke up, and now the kids know you're dating. And Mr. Wilson and Miss Cunningham are grabbing shoulders. Hey, man, y'all do what y'all want. Hey, I always put this my rule. If y'all hanging out, first of all, I have an we do not date coworkers and that type of thing, right? If we work together and we're in this organization, so we're in this department together and we're in proximity, that's the rule. You do not engage with coworkers that you work with. Number 2, if you do, we should know about it. You're an adult, you can do what you want. Why do we know your business? Toxic behavior. See, that's where y'all get it messed up. You can do what you want to do. You can walk off the job. You're an adult. You can date or hook up with who you want to. You're an adult. Every time we find out, every time your mess makes it back to my classroom and my kid's not learning. Toxic environment. See, you're not teaching, strong resistance to training. Let me tell all y'all principals, this, superintendents, this all over the world. If Dr. Jackson, the master, 18 years in the game, in elite level, 7 years, elite level, like we're dealing training at a 90+% approval, meaning the people that come, they receive, they learn, and they're like, okay, it's tough content, but what he's saying is promoting our growth and development. If you are a person who does the things that I have on the list, they're not going to like Dr. Jackson, theoretically speaking. And so you're listening to them. I'll never forget. Let me show you how this works in real life. Gang. Once again, in my career, I'm 18 years in. I'm very straight up about it. I haven't always been excellent, like at an excellent level. I've just always tried to get better. These last 7 years, I've been at the top of my game. These last 3, I think I'm pound for pound one of the best. Everybody that has, when you're a trainer, see, I'm not an in-service person. An in-service person just kind of reviews informations and they're kind of doing seminars and stuff. Training is where you improve your organization. So if you're doing something about classroom management, something about teaching and learning and instruction, doing things to address trauma, doing things that address negative student behavior, those are trainings. Those are not models. You have to help people develop. If you're dealing with behavior, you're going to deal with some adults that are passive and don't like to confront. That requires you to build them up. That's not comfortable, right? That's a training process. So it takes maturity to train. This is why the trainers are gone in our field, right? These are everybody now is a motivational speaker or in service. The training has cleared out because it takes love, it takes skill. I don't tell the truth for the sake of telling the truth. And people like, I said it because it's true. Well, I won't say it because it's true. I have to use the truth to help people grow. The business of training is not about hurting people's feelings. Folks' feelings get hurt, but you don't go there to do that. And I don't do that. And over the course of my career, you work with organizations. Sometimes the organization is ready. See, this is the maturity that I've developed. Sometimes the organization is ready for training and growth. So they're ready for you. So that's why we have such great relationships over the course of time, because they're ready to grow. They're ready to be trained. You'll have an organization that's not ready, so they're coming offended. Can I make this up? I went to one school one time. We're in great relationship right now, but I hadn't even made it there. The people were irate. We don't want this. Don't kick him out. Dr. Jesse Jackson, the third guy. One, I found out later after we were friends and they liked me, they thought I was the Reverend Jesse Jackson's son and I was a Democrat and I was coming to politically influence them. That's a true story. So so they got a block up based on something that's not even true. They don't know me. I don't know where they got the information from. It's what they said, right? That's toxic. That's blocking. That's resistant to training. See, that's the mentality. So one of the things that I've seen, and where everywhere I've gone to train and where I've maintained great training relationships, sometimes people aren't ready, but 100% of every organization who might not have been ready at one point, they've all called me back. They all called back. It's a reason they call me and not others. It has to be done a certain way. I'm a man of love and I'm a man of expertise. So my intent and delivery, it lands well. What you start to see is that people that are in heightened senses of trauma, dealing with a lot of personal stuff, but if they do it at the training, they're doing it to the children. So this is what I'm saying to you as a school leader. When it comes to toxic behavior, you're letting this stuff ruin your organization. It comes a time where when you have authority, superintendent, principal, where you have to sell out to cleaning your environment up. A toxic environment will always ruin careers, futures, and student lives. You can't be a person of authority, of leadership, and allow toxic behavior to permeate in your organization. People lying, people talking negatively about peers, people who don't work, people who are frequently tardy, they don't come to work, they don't like to work with people, and they consistently show their disloyalty. These are toxic behaviors that will ruin any objective you have in your organization. It's unfair to children, but it's also unfair to others of us that work in an organization that do the right thing. If I come to work every day and I'm committed and I'm helping my kids and I'm teaching and learn, doing teaching and learning with my kids, and then I have a teammate of mine that's half committed, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, that is the type of environment you can't build a successful learning environment. It is the distinct challenge to all leaders to learn how to flush toxic energy out of your organization. It is an art, it is a skill, it can be done. It occurs with courage, a clear vision, and a consistent pattern of expectations and training to help people develop beyond their personal problems. Dr. Jackson is here as a support mechanism to organizations all over the world right now, currently in 27 states and 2 countries. Most of the things we do is in person, some online when we have to. When we have to do virtual, I'll do it. But I'm really committed to getting out, coming to the field, coming to the organizations. I love to come to campus. I love to visit offices and to meet people in person, because it gives you a real sense of what you're dealing with. And that's what we're here to do. If you need my help and we could be of support value to you, don't hesitate to call and reach out today. I would love to help you with building healthy workplace culture. And if I'll leave you here, if you said, hey, what is one pillar of healthy workplace culture? And it would be everybody do your job, I'll give you two. And number two, this is a negativity-free zone. The world is going on outside. We've got to have peace in here. The employees deserve 10 hours off of foolishness, and the kids deserve 10 hours off of foolishness. This is a negativity-free zone. We don't conduct ourselves here, allowing people to talk crazy about other people, prioritizing the needs of a broken adult within our organization above the needs of our student population is something we can't allow. This is a negativity-free zone. Everybody check your problems in your car, not even at the door. Check them in your car. Get your mind right in the car. And let's come in here and give these kids these 8 to 10 hours so that we can help them move through where they need to be in life. And then on the other side, you have to start learning how to address your personal problems. See, so we're not like, okay, your problems are going to go away, but you as an adult, you have to learn how to address your personal problems. They're not going to get fixed because you decide you don't want to handle them and want to put them off on other people at your job. Unacceptable. It doesn't work. I'm here to support organizations. Right now, our schedule is well over capacity. But anybody who knows me, I always check this for the sincereness of heart. When people reach out, if we can help you and we can make something happen and you want to work with us, we want to work with you. We'll find a way to make it work. Reach out today. As always, be well, my friend. I'll see you soon.